lemon. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I know those of y'all that are returning are looking at me right now like, Oppo, who this woman? Because I have not uploaded in so long, you guys. I know I had to get my life right. I turned 30, I had to do some soul searching, and I decided to come back to YouTube. So I promise that I'm gonna be consistent. For those of you that need a refresher, my name is Adrienne. I am an actor, director, and creative. And today, to help me kick off a monthly series on my channel is a super special guest, one of my favorite humans in the entire world, my girl, my twin. You're gonna see why we call each other that. The wonderful one and only Sierra Upshaw.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Sierra is another phenomenal actor, director, creative, businesswoman, entrepreneur. She does it all. So Sierra, tell us about everything that you do.
Well, we got time for all that. But yes, I am a creative and I have a store, liveupscale.com. I have my own YouTube channel, Upscale Studios. So just check me out. I'm sure my good sis is gonna put all my info in the description box. So
I will link it all down below for y'all. So today we are kicking off a series entitled Coils and Convos. Coils and Convos is gonna be a hybrid of two things. So it is going to be a hair tutorial as well as an opportunity to kick it with one of my close friends and just have a conversation about things that are affecting us on the daily, because we know they're probably affecting you guys too. So today we are going to get into some jumbo knotless braids. Knotless braids are super trendy right now, super cute. I did these small ones on myself.
They look really good.
Thank you. But Sierra, we got some 4B.
Okay, this is
thick, beautiful thick. Realness. She's
thick. Real thick.
So we don't have time to be here all day doing small ones. So we're gonna do jumbo, and that's more your vibe anyway.
Yes,
boho, chic. That's very much Sierra's vibe. So we're gonna be doing that. And then the topic of conversation today is boundaries inspired by breakups. So if you have ever been in a relationship, a situationship, an entanglement of any kind, and had your heart broken because you didn't stick to the boundaries that you should have in said situationship, this video is for you, so keep on watching. All right, guys, so as you can see, we already started parting Sierra's hair. This is gonna make it so much easier when braiding if you don't have to part as you go the entire time. As you can also see, there's a tiny little braid already started. That's really gonna help me grip, because I'm gonna show y'all a hack. Your girl is not good at feeding in, and I know so many people are not either. So we are actually going to crochet some braiding hair up here to get the knotless look. I already did a little practice braid in the back and she's looking real slick and cute. So I'm actually gonna give you guys a close-up shot to show you exactly how I do that. All right, y'all, so for the size braids that we're doing, I'm gonna take a piece of hair that's about this thick. It can be a little tricky to crochet through the root with a piece of hair that's this thick, but we're gonna try it. We're just gonna see how it goes. So you wanna open up your crochet needle, attach the hair. See, she's real thick, so it might. I know some people say to leave your loop open. I like to close it to bring the hair on through. You're just gonna pull. It can get a little tangled, don't get discouraged. You'll work it out. And then you're gonna try to just pull one side of the braiding hair through the root so that it goes like that. You wanna make sure they're even at the end so you can pull it in either direction. Keep it nice and even. And then y'all, when I tell you it's so easy, you're literally going to braid. You're gonna take her natural hair as your third piece of braiding hair and just start doing a simple braid. And when I tell you, it camouflages so beautifully. Where is the knot, sis? Where is the knot? It ain't there.
It's all me.
It's all you blown out. So you're literally just going to braid to the end. If you get to the end of the person's hair, you just want to start grabbing some pieces from the braiding hair. So like you can see right here, I'm getting kind of towards the end of her hair. I'm just going to steal some hair from one of the other longer pieces. And just continue to braid on down. Our topic for today on Coils and Convos is boundaries after breakups. Now, I know my girl Cece here knows I went through a breakup this year. It was very rough. In some ways, it continues to be rough because you're just always in a process of healing. And I would say, I feel like in love so far in my life, I've experienced way more pain and anxiety than I have joy. But I'm not discouraged about it because I know that better is on the way. But I also know that better is going to be on the way when I start to maintain the boundaries I know are important to me in a relationship. So with that being said, for you, boundaries mean different things to different people. So what is a boundary to you in your own life and your relationships?
A boundary to me is what you will and what you won't have. Okay. Like, simple as that. I learned that with the theater company I work with, Woundwork, and we teach that to our children. Boundary, when we talk about assertiveness and setting boundaries. And that's actually one of my favorite virtues to teach children because that is a virtue that I am working on, being assertive and setting my boundaries. We all have different things we work on. And ever since I was a child, it is hard for me to stand up for myself. I have difficulty doing that.
I feel that.
But yeah, to answer the question, boundary is about what you will and what you won't have. It's like, it's your parameters, it's your rules.
Definitely. I would agree with that. I'm glad you said parameters because I always refer to boundaries also as standards. And I think sometimes that gets confusing for people because it sounds very limiting, I will and will. But at the same time, that's okay. They are
these are the limits. These are the
limits would be these are my parameters. And one thing that my mom used to tell me when I was a kid all the time is you teach people how to treat you. And when I say that has become just one of the most important things my mama taught me, it's people gonna do whatever they want to do unless you say, I don't want this in my space.
Yes.
I don't like when you do that. I don't like when you talk to me that way. People are only going to treat you how you allow them to. And that is just facts. Okay, so why do you personally feel like it always takes us having to go through some sort of heartbreak, some sort of trauma before we're okay, these are my boundaries and sir, you got to stick to these. Why can't we just do it from the start and maintain them?
I think it's human nature to learn through pain.
That's true.
Some people, you could say, don't touch the stove, it's hot. Okay, I heard you. And then some people need their hand burned. And some need their hand burned 2-3 times before you know what? The stove is hot.
Yeah, baby.
And I'm not going to touch it. So that's really it. I know for me, I say for me a lot. For me, it just takes me, for me, no, it takes me getting my feelings hurt 1, 2, 3, 4 good times. And then I'm like,
how many times?
It's too many times. But not anymore though, because once you learn the lesson, that was embedded in my psyche.
But I also feel like you don't really know what your boundaries are until somebody triggers it. A lot of times you genuinely are I didn't know that was a thing that was going to hurt me that way. For me, obviously, I feel like I am a textbook daddy issues girl. My parents got divorced when I was young. My dad wasn't around. And while I knew that, it wasn't until getting into a relationship where my boyfriend wouldn't call me for days or not respond to my text messages that I literally was and you one of the people that I have called and texted while I'm literally hyperventilating on the floor, for me to realize oh sis, you got abandonment issues. You have severe rejection issues and this person is triggering that. And while I knew it, I didn't know it until somebody triggered it.
Okay, Adrienne. So I got a question for you.
No, I'm in a hot seat.
a little bit. It's a little warm. All right. What's one or some of your boundaries that you haven't necessarily stuck to in the past, but want to commit to in the future? Okay. And how have these boundaries been tested in your past relationships?
Ooh, child.
What was
boundaries?
the test?
Oh, my Lord. Okay, boundaries that I have not stuck to in the
past. Right.
I feel like it's so many. Oh, my Lord. You can vouch for this. I do not like to talk on the phone, right? Child.
We've been friends for years. We talked on the phone twice.
Not twice!
It's been worse. twice.
It has not been twice.
3,
we have FaceTime.
no more than 5 times.
It's definitely like on one hand.
Yes, like
it's embarrassing.
But she's an amazing texter though, so she still communicates.
I try.
Yeah.
You know, Mercury and Virgo. I communicate.
Period. Oh,
I really do. But yes, but I don't like to talk on the phone. But I feel like that is a vital part of being in a relationship with somebody, especially when you don't live with them, you don't see them every day. So like my most recent relationship, he lived almost an hour away, so we weren't seeing each other every day, and it was important to me that we talked and FaceTimed and that sort of thing, especially when he would travel for work or go out of town for any purpose. I was like, you gone for a week, we can't not talk for a week. And he would just dip set, y'all, like just literally to the point where then it started affecting my trust in him, because I was just like, why you can't call me when you away? Why you won't FaceTime me? Why can't I see your hotel room?
Okay, who in the room?
Like, who in the room? Like, you staying with somebody from work? Like, let me see Joe from, hey, Joe.
Right.
All that. Like, you in Phoenix? Are you really in Phoenix? Because, like, why can't you show me the cactus outside the window? Like, why can't I
Where's
see
the cactus?
where the mountains at, where the cactus at? And so that was definitely a boundary that I wanted to enforce, and I did not. And so I feel like I didn't want to actually succumb to what I knew was going on. So it's like I didn't press it. Like if he didn't call me for 3 days and we were only texting while he was on the trip, I would tell myself like, you know, he's at a conference, like he's really busy, you know, as long as he's texting me and staying in the communication that way, then like I guess it's okay. Like I just settled for so many things that did not make me feel loved, that did not make me feel comfortable, just for the sake of, not even for the sake of having somebody. Like I genuinely loved him, and I was just like, okay, I misconstrued compromise and settling. Like what I was doing was settling, but I was telling myself like it's compromise, and like if he doesn't call every day, then like it is what it is. No, like that is something that makes me feel secure, and I need for you to.
Yeah, especially out of town. That's
exactly.
Like,
what about you? Like, what's something that you have not?
How much time we got? The main thing that was the most hurtful was not receiving as much as I give.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was, and I think that shows up in different ways.
100%. Maybe
like calling, like spending time, whatever it is, supporting my endeavors, whatever it is. But that's the core of it. Not giving what I give, and I give a lot. No,
you do.
Yeah, and I really do pride myself on being a good friend. And I think in our relationship, romantic, whatever, I'm not a perfect person, but I'm very intentional about the energy I give towards people.
100%.
And so, yeah, when they don't give what you give, it's like it makes me feel. It highlighted insecurity within me of not feeling worthy. And so I acknowledge that, like that's on me. It's all projection and reflection. So those moments allow me to reflect on the insecurities that I had within myself and allow me to grow. But I'm also going to let people accept their part, give people their part of what they did. They didn't give me what I deserved.
I think something else that I don't even necessarily know if this is a boundary, but I know that it's something that I will not accept going forward. It is not easy to be open about your struggles. And I always have from really horrible anxiety, you know, just like, and anxiety takes so many different forms and different people. But it's not easy to be open about that. But it's so important to me in a relationship that I am vulnerable with my partner. And so I felt like in my last relationship, I was really, really open and really, really vulnerable about my anxiety and things that trigger it, things that cause me to spiral. And, you know, I've been in therapy for a while now. I am a big proponent of therapy. Black people, go to therapy. There is no shame in it. Like, normalize this, get rid of the stigma. Big proponent of therapy. And so I'm doing my work. So I would also be open with him about the fact that, like, I know this is an area that I need to grow in. Like, can you please be patient with me as I'm growing in it? But also, these are some things that you're doing.
Can you help me out a little bit?
Can you help me out? Can you not work against me doing my work? Like, these are things that you're doing that are triggering me. And in the moment, he was very like, I got you. I understand. I'm going to do better at that. And then when the opportunity presented itself for him to do better at it, he did the same exact thing. And I'm just like, once it's a mistake, twice is a decision. Like, you are actively being like, all right, you told me that. I don't care. Even if that's not what's going in the forefront of your mind, you don't value me enough to be like, oh, this is what she meant. I'm going to do something differently this time. And that's something I'm not going for anymore. Like, it has caused me so much pain. I'm not doing that anymore.
And then you look up and you're like, it wasn't even worth it.
At all.
Like, it wasn't even worth me settling, or it was worth the lesson, because now I know, and it's like,
I got you.
Got it, but like.
That's a good way to frame it.
Otherwise, it wasn't worth it.
Next. Thank you. Next. All right, Cece. So what advice then, having said all of this, would you give to somebody who's maybe starting a new relationship about how to express their boundaries to their partners? Or what things will you do differently?
Okay, because they're the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speak up in the moment.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me, is speaking up in the moment. And not just romantic relationships, but just all of my partnerships. But since we're talking about romantic relationships, like speaking up in the moment. Definitely. And not with anger, take that breath, but like soon as that person stands you up, say it then. Like when they don't respond, say it then. And It's not about nagging. It's not about being petty or being extra. It's about, yo, what's up? Like, hello. And like, and for me, I said for me, it's because the reason why I didn't speak up in the moment, because I was scared.
Right.
I was scared to lose. But I'm like, what am I losing on?
No, same here.
I'm not losing on anything.
Absolutely.
Like, if you can't do this or not willing to do whatever, then I don't want, like, it ain't that deep. Bye.
Okay, bye.
So, yeah, just speak up in the moment.
Yeah. And I would say in that same vein, I have learned to give access to your forgiveness less freely. And I'm not saying don't forgive. I'm not saying like hold grudges or do anything like that. You can forgive them, but forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is to get that weight up off of you so that you can fly, so that you can feel free, so that you can move forward. But the mistake I made was constantly making everything okay for him. Like, so that he felt better about what he did. And in my mind, that was forgiveness. It was like, it's fine. It's okay. We're just going to move forward. We're going to try again. And it was like,
tolerance.
It's exactly. Yeah. He never had to feel the weight of my hurt. He never had to sit with, wow, that's how that made her feel. Like, I was the cause of that, because I was constantly giving him access to my forgiveness. I can forgive so that I don't walk around every day feeling like super anxious. There's a knot in my gut and in my chest. I want to let that go for me, but like,
you can feel that. You can feel that.
Need to feel that.
Feel that. Learn.
You need to feel that. And so I think that goes hand in hand with what you're saying. Speak up in the moment. And if they not receptive to what you're speaking up to in the moment, forgive them in your own time. But like, they don't get access to you in the same way anymore. They don't get access to make everything feel okay for them. They just don't. Point blank, period. All right, y'all. We're gonna finish Sierra's braids off camera. Now, if you want to see the final look, she's looking so cute already. Like, you look so beautiful. If you want to see the final look, then keep on watching. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back with the final result. Somebody is feeling herself.
Yes, girl, cute.
You look really, really cute. I love these. They're such a boho vibe, such a Cali vibe. Nice little West Coast girl. I love it. So you guys know, as the days go on, your braids will start to loosen up a little bit and fall just so. I'm a couple weeks into mine, and once you just get that little natural growth, that look, it's really gonna be popping. I want to thank you so much for being here today. Like, I love her, y'all. Like, you just don't understand. Of course. Please, please, please check her out at Upscale Studios on YouTube, as well as www.liveupscale.com. I'm going to link everything down below. Please check my girl out. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be in the loop every time that your girl posts, because I promise I'm going to be consistent, y'all. I am back. So I will see you guys in the next video. And until next time, live illustriously. Love y'all.